Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Soul Speak. I'm your host, Emily Miller, intuitive guide and healer. Okay, so this week I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about guides. So, a lot of people will call them guardian angels. People will look for people who have passed to send them signs. And people will also just ask, like, universe and God for signs and symbols and things to let them know that they are on the right path. So, the first thing that really got me into looking for communications from something other than myself and human beings in my reality was angel numbers. So, who has ever saw the 1111 on the microwave and made a wish? Or you're sitting in your car and it's 1111 and you're like, oh, that's a sign. That means that I am thinking the right thing or doing the right thing or moving in the right direction. Well, probably for a solid year, I would only look at those numbers, those angel numbers. So 888, 333, 444. What are those numbers communicating to you? And I would be like, oh, okay, well, I just saw 444. So that means that I think it's relationships is what the fours are. And if I see 444, then that means that my relationship is going really well with my husband right now. Or if I see 333, then that means that this thing that I'm thinking about is going to bring me more fun and joy in my life. Or 888 means that I'm on the right path to making all the money, honey, right? So there's all these meanings behind the angel numbers. And while they are important and something that is really fun to like follow and create in your life, to have that there, they aren't the end all be all. They aren't the only way that the universe guides angels, guardian angels, other beings that have passed. Um, that's not the only way that they can communicate with you. So I'll kind of tell you the like how you create seeing these angel numbers all the time because there's such a big thing, especially if you are like following any sort of like spiritual person on Instagram or TikTok, and they are always talking about angel numbers. I had this like little, oh, what do you call it? Just like it was like an image on Instagram that said, okay, threes mean this, twos mean this, da 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 da. And it was like a little dictionary to the numbers, right? And so I had that and I would always reference, okay, so I just saw this. So what does that mean? Well, what happens with these signs that you're receiving, like angel numbers, if you are only focusing on that and you are only using those as ways that the universe is communicating to you or giving you signs, then that's all that you're going to get because you are focusing on that. So it's kind of like the law of focus, which we've talked about before, where when you focus on something, you get more of it. The more attention that you give to something, the more you're going to see it. So, whether it's something that you want in your life or something that you don't, and whether you're consciously or unconsciously doing it, you are bringing more of that thing into your life by focusing on it. It's that whole idea of walking into the room and I tell you to find all the things that are red in the room, right? And so you find all the things that are red. Look, look, look. Find all the red stuff, and then I tell you close your eyes and tell me all the red things that you saw. You could name 10 red things in that room. Then the next question I ask you is how many yellow things did you see in that room? Maybe you could name one or maybe two if you're lucky. You weren't focusing on the yellow, so you only saw the red. So you're only focusing on angel numbers as signs and communications from the universe, then that is the only thing that you are going to receive. So my whole like goal of this podcast is to get you guys to a place of where you're knowing that the universe is constantly communicating to you through all sorts of different ways, and to be able to start noticing them and then acting on them. So, yes, the universe can communicate to you through angel numbers, but it's not the only way. And we create those through the law of focus. So you're not really like every time you see 1111 needing to make a wish on something, or and that's the one soul sign that's telling you that you're on the right path in life. So you are just looking for that number, and so you're going to find it. When you are always looking for something, and this goes to so many different things in your life. If you're looking for, like, the first thing that pops into mind is like if you have a boyfriend, and God knows I've been guilty of this, but going and searching through their phone, like you're gonna find something eventually. So you're like looking, 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 you're gonna find it. And that just comes through the law of focus of I want to find this thing, you're gonna find it. So you can now be able to use that law of focus for things that are beneficial for you. You don't have to use it for finding a cheating boyfriend anymore. All right, so let's think about some different beings that might be communicating with you through signs. So, one of my favorite things to do that I've just recently started doing like a lot more is looking in for people to see who their guides are and how they communicate with them. So, you can have all sorts of different beings who are looking out for you. The first thing that I want you to know about guides and guardian angels, whatever you want to call them, they are always there. You will always, until you become like a really, really high frequency and you know like a lot of stuff and you don't need help from the other side anymore or from the universe anymore, then you won't have guides. But anybody who's listening to this, especially if you're new here, you have a massive team of guides helping you out. We usually have like 4 to 6 guides with us at all times who are working with us to try to get us to the perfect aligned path to get us to the good life, to all the things that we want and desire. So, um, also, another really cool thing about guides, too, aside from the fact that they're always with you, you always have a team of beings that are helping you out, is that they can change. So you can have a certain lesson that you're working on in life, and you will be assigned certain guides to help you through that lesson. So there will be different beings who are there, and their sole mission for that time period is to help you get to where you need to be. So one thing that's really cool is I had a miscarriage whenever I was in my early 20s, and I have that guide with me now, helping me work through some of the lessons that I am working on right now in life. So that guide, that it was a baby girl that I miscarried, and that baby girl, is with me, helping me work through my lessons right now. And mostly that is like a self-image lesson to where they're helping me see myself the way that source and higher self intended for me to see myself. So it's really cool, like looking in and seeing, oh, who's helping me? Who is guiding me? And so so you can kind of have different guides at different times, and you will always have different guides at different times. They will come in, they will come out, and they will help you get your lesson. And once they've helped you with that lesson, then it's like their job is done. So they're going to move on, and then you get to move on because you learned the lesson. So they get all these like really good soul points for helping you move and get higher frequency and learn more lessons and move along in your path in life. So that is a really cool thing too. So we have a huge team of guides who change throughout our lifetime and are always there helping us. So some of the beings who are going to be the ones who are helping you will First of all, there's Source. Source is like the ultimate guide who you, whether you know it or not, always have access to. Source is there for you to call upon, for you to ask for guidance, for you to access their information. Like Source is infinite, abundant information that is always available to you. You just have to ask for it. And a lot of people don't even know that Source is there and available for them to access. So you just have to know that Source is there. And one of my favorite things to do, especially like before going to bed at night, is asking Source to bring in, let's see what I kind of ask different things at different times. So for you guys, let's see, we can ask for Source to give you a clear and definite lead on the thing that's going to bring you the most joy tomorrow. And I'll ask it before bed. And then tomorrow you'll kind of wake up and you'll get like an inspiration of, oh, I should go here, or I should do this, or maybe instead of, going to this certain place to get your morning coffee, you're kind of steered to a new place. And at that new place, maybe you're standing in line and you meet your new best friend. That could be something that happens whenever you ask for a clear and definite lead from Source. So that's a really cool tool to use. Um, you have Higher Self, who is available for you also at all times. And you can ask Higher Self for guidance. You can connect to your Higher Self. You can channel information from Source and your Higher Self if you need to ask for advice or guidance or things like that. They are always there for you. And then you can have people who have crossed over, like the baby that I miscarried that I was just telling you about, or let's say it's a grandmother who has passed and they want to help you out a little bit on, whatever your issue is, whatever thing, whatever lesson, whatever upgrade that you're working on. They can be there for that. It could be anybody who's passed. They can step in and help guide you. You can have people who, well, not people, but beings who are ascended masters. They can come in and help you and guide you along in your journey. You can have, there are beings in different realms. And so there are beings that could be fifth realm beings, sixth realm beings, seventh realm beings who will come in and be like a guardian angel. Like those ascended masters. Ascended masters hang out in the seventh realm. They're like the highest frequency. And then those other beings can come in too, because whenever the guides want to come in that are, sixth or fifth or sixth realm beings, they want to come in and give you guidance to help you, because when they help you, then they get soul points also. So they're also raising their frequency as they help you raise yours, which is really a cool thing, because every being is always working harmoniously with other beings to try to raise the frequency if they are a light being. There are dark beings and there are absence of light beings who I call it dark forces, but those beings are there working in absence of light with very low frequency energy to basically get energy from us because they are cut off from Source. And whenever human beings are connected and they are higher frequency, which if you're listening to this podcast, you 100% are. So they will kind of attach to us to like suck our energy. They're little parasites, little demons who don't have any light themselves, so they have to come to us. So there are those sorts of energies too that try to connect to you and try to cord into you and suck all your energy. Mostly mainstream like spiritual teachings just say they're demons. But there are all sorts of different kinds of low frequency, absence of light, dark force beings that do that kind of stuff. Which we should have a podcast about that really soon, because I don't think I've gone into all of those details. So that will be coming soon. So yeah, so there's all sorts of different beings that can connect to you and that can be giving you signs all the time and trying to guide you, steer you, shift you onto the path that you're meant to be on. So they communicate through us to us through all sorts of different means. They don't particularly only use numbers while they can use numbers. That's not the only way that they will communicate to us. It's fun to learn about that stuff, and it kind of is something that will lead you into learning more about spirituality and learning about how the universe works, because that's 100% what it did to me. It opened up my eyes to a whole another realm of ways that I can be getting information about how I need to be moving through this world. So those angel numbers, while they aren't like 100% every, dead on accurate with what you should be doing and how you should be doing things, because of that law of focus we talked about earlier, they are a beautiful, perfect segue into learning more and more and more about the universe and how it works. So they can communicate through numbers, but they can also communicate through just the world around you. And what's really cool is once kind of like open up your energy to that, open up to the idea that they are there. So knowing that you have this beautiful team of guides that are there to help you, you can also, just the same way that you ask for source to give you a clear and definite lead on whatever the thing is that you want that lead on, you can also tell your spirit guides like, hey, I know that you're here now. Like I know. I listened to Soul Speak the other day and I know that you guys are there hanging out trying to help me and I am ready for your help. I am ready to receive the information that you want to give me. And once they know that you are like on board, you're ready to go, they will then like go full steam ahead. They are ready to help you. They are ready to guide you. And this is what they have been like waiting in the wings for. They're like, yes, finally, they want me to help them. And they are open to my help. And so they are just waiting, literally waiting in the wings for you to tell them, let's go. So you just have to tell them, let them know, and they will start giving you signs, signals, things that are clear communication as to what you should be doing and how you should be moving. So, mine have been coming through like animals a lot lately. And you can ask too and just see what kind of comes in. Just start asking some questions and like, guides, how are you going to communicate with me today? So mine have been coming through with animals and it's like a oh, what do you want to call it? It's like a slap in the forehead. It's like, hello, Emily, like quit thinking about whatever it is that you were thinking about. If I have gone down like a little, um, out of alignment spiral and I've started thinking about how maybe I'm missing information. And then all of a sudden I'll look out the window and the house that we have now, there's a bunch of prey birds that are flying around and I'll see this like massive hawk who is just soaring, like arms out, and you can just tell that hawk has not a care in the world. And it is so strong and so powerful that all it has to do is just glide. And so that to me is a communication from my guides showing me that I have that exact same calm, quiet strength and power to just move through life that way. Or, I'm trying to think of another one that I've seen recently. Oh, this was the worst. Okay, so um I saw, where was I? Oh, I was just out in nature and there was a big, those beautiful, like big fat bumblebees. And it had fallen down and it was on the ground. And it was like so sad because it was hurt and it couldn't fly away. And so that is a sign, a symbol, a communication from the universe to me, showing me that I have had a moment where I'm thinking in a way about myself that is not in alignment. Like this beautiful bee who goes and spreads its, what does it do? It spreads pollen and creates life, basically. It's growing all these beautiful flowers and plants, but instead of it going and being able to do its job, it's wounded. It's on the ground and it's not feeling capable. So that is my sign and my symbol to where I see this bee on the ground who should be out like doing all these beautiful things in the world and producing, fruit for the world to eat. And it's just not being able to do its job because it's wounded. So it's like, okay, Emily, this is giving you a sign, a symbol, a communication to where you're feeling this way. That's why you're seeing it. And so you need to snap out of it and come back to the true alignment, the true reality of what you are capable of. So that's kind of how I've been seeing mine a lot is through like animals, insects. They can also communicate to you through, this is another really fun one, through words or songs. Like this one's really cool because I'll catch myself like singing a song in my head. Or you could be walking through the grocery store. They always play the most random music in the grocery store, but I love it so much. Um, so you'll be in the grocery store and you hear a song and it's like, oh God, I haven't heard that song in forever. And then it's like, oh, so that song that you're hearing that you hadn't heard in a decade, it's not like random thing that you heard this song. It's not like meaning nothing. Anytime that you hear or see something that you pay attention to that catches your attention, it's meant as a communication from the universe for you to like decode it to see why you heard that song. Why did I notice that song was even playing? You've walked through the grocery store hundreds of times and never even noticed the music that was playing in the background. But this time you hear this song. What does that song mean to you? Stop and think about those kind of things. I saw the bee. I didn't just say, oh, that's sad, and walk away from the bee. I thought, oh my God, what in the heck is that bee communicating to me? I felt so bad for the bee. Or I heard that song. Or you could just be like, sitting somewhere. Let's say you're sitting in a coffee shop, sitting at the beach, sitting wherever, and you hear a conversation, and the conversation is like, I don't know what it's about, but that whatever those people are saying strikes or it catches your attention, and you're like, why did I just hear that person say that? It always is a communication. So it could be through songs, it could be through animals, it could be through insects, it could be through conversations that you're overhearing. It could be that a certain color strikes you. It could be words in a book. It could be words in a sign. You could be driving down the highway and you are contemplating a move. That's something that I just had. So you could be contemplating that and you're driving down the highway and you see this big, huge billboard that says, go for it. It's like I don't know, a T-Mobile ad or something random. But the thing that you notice is the go for it. That is not just by happenstance. It is there on purpose for a purpose. Those signs, those words, those images, those colors, you might be, walking down the street and you're having like, one of your spiral moments and all of a sudden a big stop sign pops up into view and you almost run into it. That's a sign. Stop thinking that way. Stop the spiral that you're in. So these kinds of things are happening all day, every day. You are having hundreds of signs being thrown at you, trying to get your attention. It's your guides, the universe, these beings, source, higher self. They are wanting you to snap out of whatever it is that you are just on autopilot running, and they want you to shift and get you into alignment, to get you into the way that source, and higher self intended for you to be in this lifetime, for you to get to that true core self of who you really are and to pay attention to the things that you are just running on autopilot, all the things that are just looping and spiraling in your head that you are probably 98% of not even aware that are going on in your brain. So that's just a really cool thing that I wanted to just chat about with you guys for a little while. Think about what are the beings who are there whose sole purpose it is to change your life, to get you to have all the things that you've ever wanted in life. How are they communicating to you? What are they communicating to you about? They can also be communicating to you through like with different areas of life too at certain times. So remember, we have the 8 areas of life, and there are communications that come through in those areas of life. So it could be spiritual, it could be mental, it could be physical. They could be talking to you and showing you like, hey, we're here for spiritual. And they're like, just start paying attention to us. Just start realizing that there's something beyond you that is giving you guidance, that's there to help you, that's there to lead you, to guide you, to give you all that good stuff, right? So that could maybe be a spiritual thing. It could be a mental thing, like that stop sign where they're, constantly communicating to you to get you aware of what you're thinking and how you're thinking or what you're thinking about. It could be a thing for family, and they are wanting you to have a really amazing relationship with your family right now because that's something that's really affecting you. And so they might, whenever, let's say that you have a mom who is constantly like on you, on you about stuff. Maybe they're, um, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Where's this job that you should be having after I, spent so much time raising you or something? I don't know. And so that mom is kind of hounding you a little bit every time you get a phone call from her. Well, maybe there's a certain song that comes on that's like meaningful to you, and you hear the song. This one's just coming to mind, like the Bette Midler song, "The Wind Beneath My Wings," or I don't know. The next time your mom calls and you're like, why did that song just come on right whenever my mom calls? Maybe I should answer it, and maybe I should talk to her this time. And it's a sign that she's in a really great mood when she's calling you. So this time you're going to have a really fun, awesome conversation with her. I don't know. These are the things, these are the ways that the universe and your guides are constantly communicating to you. They're not like a bam, 1111, you're on the right path. They're much more nuanced. They're much more interesting than that. And like I said, it's really cool if you are finding angel numbers and getting some, usefulness, some benefit out of them. Also, then use that to see if I can have those communications, how many more communications are out there. It's not just 1111 make a wish. It's all day, every day, communication after communication after communication, pushing you, leading you, steering you, guiding you. They are your guides, giving you the information that you need to be where you want to be, where higher self wants you to be, where source created you to be, to, impact lives and to have really cool experiences. So this week, I want for you guys to really think about, what are your guides saying to you? How are they communicating to you? What sort of cool things can I be on the lookout for this week that are steering me and guiding me to really fun stuff? And try those things where you first will ask Source for a clear and definite lead on whatever the thing is that you want more of in your life. And then also telling your guides, like, I know you're there. I'm ready for you. This will give you so many cool experiences, and I want for you guys to share them with me. Please, please, please. I love hearing these kind of stories. They're so much fun to listen to. So see if you can um, get some cool guidance this week and notice how it's coming. Animals, birds, whatever the thing is, notice that. And then, if you guys would like to have some confirmation for that, or you want me to do like a little mini read for you, I can go in and see exactly how your guides are communicating with you right now and pull a couple of those. So if you want that, you can go ahead and go onto my website. There's a link in the show notes for a free mini read. It's really fun. And they are also still available to you to see, what's going on in your life. What is causing the blocks? Where are the stoppages? Let me know, and we can look into that also. And sign up for the newsletter so you guys can join the webinars that I will be hosting and get some really cool, fun stuff there. Everything is absolutely free there. So enjoy it, have fun with it, and I hope you have a gorgeous, gorgeous week.